Internet. Welcome to Liars4Hire, episode 39. It's the weekly podcast made by your favorite white men and also Jackson. I'm Chase.
I'm Jackson.
And I'm your littlest brother, Robbie.
I'm not even going to delay. Jackson, what do you think about the fucking Street Fighter announcement?
We're recording this an hour after the announcement of the Street Fighter.
We're recording this after an hour after the announcement, which the announcement was 30 minutes late.
Uh-huh.
The website broke and still says that we have an announcement coming in an hour.
It was 30 minutes late because they kept on going until this one guy lost at like Street Fighter fucking 4 or something.
This one guy lost at Street Fighter 4
It was
something.
It was third day of Capcom Pro Tour, Capcom Cup. Daigo versus Kawama or whatever the fucking the new blood kid's name is. Kumo.
Yeah.
Daigo, age 37, against the new blood, age 23. Daigo refusing to fucking throw the match so we could see the announcement, refuses to go down. First to 5. Daigo is now a heel. I hate you, Daigo.
Daigo fucking delayed it so that we could get this underwhelming announcement that Jackson didn't even like.
Here's the deal.
Uh-huh.
They got me in the first half.
I didn't really understand it. I'm not much just a Street Fighter boy or a Capcom boy, but like people were popping off about netcode. I know that much.
We got rolled. So here's the deal. We get this.
People were popping off about netcode.
We get Tasty Steve and his buddy commentating, doing whatever. I'm like, cool, yeah, whatever, get on with it. And then they go over to the analytic booth. They're talking for 15 minutes. Like, obviously, the production team's like, stall. We don't have the reveal ready yet. So I'm sitting there pondering in my mind, like, what could this possibly be that requires them to stall it for this long? They're like, okay, here's a few announcements from Capcom. I'm like, oh, more than one. Cool. Fade to black, rated T, whatever. I'm like, oh, okay. Immediately, I frown when the Street Fighter 35th anniversary logo comes on screen.
You know what that means.
And I'm like, oh, you're making another collection, are you? But not a Street Fighter collection. No, we are getting the 10 best-selling arcade Capcom fighting games. We're getting all 5
the Capcom Fighting Collection.
Yes, for the 35th anniversary of Street Fighter, we're not just getting another Street Fighter 2. By the way, we're getting another Street Fighter 2.
We're getting Street Fighter 2.
We're getting Hyper Street Fighter 2, the anniversary edition, which was not supposed to fucking exist. We're getting all 5 of the Darkstalkers games. We're getting Red Earth for the first time, which is a game that never came to the U.S. We're getting Cyberbots. We're getting Super Puzzle Fighter fucking 2 Turbo, whatever the fuck, and we're getting Gem Fighter.
Fucking our friend Justin was really excited about the fucking Robo Fighter or whatever.
Yeah,
Cyberbot's sick. Love it.
It's got what's his name, Jin in it.
Yes, this is Jin, the dude that like everybody loves. That Ryu has a costume for in 5, whatever.
He's in Marvel too.
He's in Marvel too. Red Earth, I played it because I just got the Japanese ROM and I did whatever with it. We're getting what's-his-face doing art again. Robbie, what's his fucking name? I don't know the artist.
Bengus.
We're getting Bengus, who is finally... Yeah.
It's new Bengus. I feel like there is an underline that you have to make a huge asterisk when you're talking about Bengus art in 2022. It is new Bengus art.
It is new Bengus art.
Meaning it's the shitty Street Fighter 5 fucking story mode. Ugly as fucking sin. Disgusting looking art from Bengus. Yes.
Let me, Chase, for reference, let me show you a piece of Street Fighter 5 story art from this person. And you'll be like, oh.
And then show him the Marvel vs. Capcom 2 art that he did way back.
So here's Street Fighter 5 art.
It's not bad.
See, you didn't show any ways that he drew women. That's the problem.
Yeah. So no, that's fine. But like, here's the Marvel 2 art he did.
Oh, it's a lot more stylized.
Yeah.
It looks like it's written on parchment. Weaved by ancient traders on the fucking Silk Road.
Let me show you how he drew women. I gotta get like the waistline just right. Here's how he drew women.
Wow.
Yeah.
Cool. Why are the legs?
I was gonna say like literally any art of Laura that he's ever drawn.
That looks terrible.
It's awful. It sucks. But now we're getting
really
we're getting new Vegas art, which like it doesn't look awful.
It's chibi and stylized and zoomed in.
Yeah.
It's kawaii is what it is, dude.
It's whatever, dude, but like the collection's okay. We're getting rollback netcode and like casual matches, ranked matches and lobby play and stuff like that. So like they finally listened after a while.
Yeah, so I mean like for all modern consoles and PC, rollback netcode on every type of fucking Darkstalkers game you want to play, including like the original Darkstalkers, then fucking Vampire Savior and fucking Hunter, and then you get fucking Hyper Street Fighter 2, which is crazy, Red Earth, Cyberbots, Puzzle Fighter, which is cute, and a puzzle game. All in a little collection, and it's got rollback, and it's on every modern console. This is a good thing.
It's only $90.
It's only going to be full retail price. No, they'll probably do what they did with the 30th anniversary collection and make it like $40 or $35.
I understand it's easy to be cynical about this, and in some ways, the most hilarious thing on the planet that every single person was waiting for a month, being a collection game again, is hilarious. But I mean, at the end of the day, when you look away from that, this is great. I love shit like this. I love big collections that introduce like, hey, here's everything, and also here's a way to play it in a modern way, which is rollback netcode. That's super important to the health of fighting games.
It keeps these games alive, and not for nothing, I'm going to go out on a limb. Anybody can quote me on this. Because of this collection, we're probably going to see a new Darkstalkers game within the next like 5 years.
Oh, care!
It's like awesome. Like I'm gonna buy it. I'm gonna play it. Like I played Red Earth on Fightcade and stuff. Red Earth is fun. Now I can play like an actual English translation and stuff of it. So like whatever, dude.
Yeah, I mean, whether or not we get another Darkstalkers game is here or there, but I feel like them introducing everybody again to old Capcom fighters again in a modern way that's easy to digest. I feel like that's great, and it's a good look into things to come. These are games that people considered forgotten by Capcom because they're not Street Fighter. But them being here is a good thing. Obviously we can't have our Marvel collection because but you know, the art gallery, you get to see all of that great art. You know, it's got lobbies.
We got lobbies. We have art that hasn't seen the light of day since they were on an arcade cab, and like they're high res, high quality like art scans that are.
Because wasn't the deal with that was that like there was an artist at Capcom who just had all that stuff, right?
Yeah,
and he kept it, and he would just post it on Twitter every once in a while, like, hey, check out this art from Capcom versus SNK that nobody's ever seen, and people are like, what? Wait, what?
Yeah,
you're posting this on Twitter?
Look at these. Look at
fucking museum.
Look at this official like concept art I did of when Mai wins and she puts on Chun-Li's outfit. And what?
Yeah, not, like the base of what that sprite was. Like, are you kidding? Like that's crazy. And yeah, having all of that in a game that you can like unlock, and you know, I play a lot of fucking like Morrigan, and I get to see the Morrigan art. Like, yeah, that's great. That's cute. Cute way to do all this. I think it's a great announcement. I feel like people are being very cynical about it. It's a good thing. It's a good thing that this is coming out.
The collection is a good thing. Now I'm going to be an asshole and be cynical about the next announcement that came after this collection. Street Fighter 6.
Okay.
Which, hey, I called it when I was in my stream server with everybody like showing it off and talking about it, and I went, I think they're going to just show off a 30-second pre-rendered trailer for Street Fighter 6 and then say there's going to be more information coming out in the middle of the year, which is exactly what they fucking did. We get Ryu. So do you know what engine our fucking Street Fighter 6 is being built on?
I assume it's RE engine. I assume they just make everything in RE. Is it Unreal?
It is the RE engine now.
Okay, all right.
Which is why it looks like that. Chase, you are familiar with the RE engine because you got really into speedrunning Resident Evil 7.
Yes.
Imagine a fighting game that looked like that. Yeah.
Well, the thing about, okay, I've been sort of like zoning out a little bit, letting you do your fucking FGC talk.
Yeah.
But like something that I know about Street Fighter is that it's not supposed to look like real people.
No.
Like it's an anime cartoon. Like the RE engine is really good for like efficient and optimized renderization of hyper realistic objects. That's not what Street Fighter should be. I don't think that's incredibly weird that they're going with the RE engine just because they have it. Doesn't make any fucking sense.
Here's why I think because Street Fighter was a big influence in the way I created art because it was hyper stylized and super cool to look at, and now they're going this route of realism and whatnot, and I just don't get it. A thought occurred to me. Luke, introduced in 5, the new face of Street Fighter, Ryu, is supposed to be like the old head. Luke is supposed to be the new head. Luke is a professional MMA fighter. I think they're finally, for the life of them, don't know why, shifting away from these are just street brawls to, okay, these are professional, like, sponsored fights now. For some fucking reason. Which is why the logo looks like a disgusting, like, UFC piece of shit. I hate it. It looks awful. The logo looks really bad. And
it looks like
the logo is unforgivable.
The logo, it really does. For those who don't know, it's basically just a hexagon with an SF in it.
And a 6 stamped in the corner.
And a little fucking cum stain of a 6. It really does look like a fucking shitty startup that went to Fiverr to get their logo made.
I don't understand this as well, where in Third Strike, a game that came out super, like, fucking over 20 years ago, Street Fighter 3 Third Strike, that is supposed to be the end of the timeline, end of Ryu. Ryu dies, da-da-da-da, and then they keep making Street Fighter games that take place before that. They keep making these prequel fighters and fucking everything up. This game is obviously not going to continue it because Ryu's alive. Luke shows up, doesn't have braces, doesn't have tattoos, does his weird arm pulse thing where his veins get super huge and his arm gets swole in the RE engine realism. And that's it. And we get Ryu with his beard and shirt off, and his head's too small and his body's too big. He looks like fucking Kylo Ren, whatever.
I think that... I think they're retconning 3, man.
I am going to scream.
Like everything in Street Fighter 5 and like the things they did with the Street Fighter 3 characters, Third Strike characters. I think they're just retconning it, or like not retconning it, but like, hey, this is an explanation for why all those things happened in Third Strike.
Here's why Gil is still here. Here's why
this was a story made by the Bison Corporation to fucking Shadaloo that was rewriting history, and this is what you thought that had happened. Like, I don't know, I
don't fucking know.
Fang is a time traveler, and he changed the course of the. Who knows? Like, I think at this point, like, trying to latch on to the fact that, like, it's not after Third Strike, I feel like it never will be after Third Strike. I feel like Third Strike was... It's obviously canon in some way, shape, or form because they keep fucking introducing characters from it.
Right.
But, like, 12's in 5, man. Like,
we have 12. We have 12. We have G, who is supposed to be another variation of, like,
it's fucking Q. Like, it's Q. I mean, like, we're rewriting what Third Strike is, and it's because they're reintroducing 3 as a canon game. Skullomania will be playable in Street Fighter 6.
It might as well be at this fucking point.
We will see fucking, what was his name? Fucking Cactus Joe? What the fuck?
Oh, Crackerjack.
Crackerjack, that's right.
We're gonna get all those Street Fighter EX characters that come over from fighting EX Lair now.
Yeah, right? I mean, just put them in. Fuck it. Whatever.
Fuck it, whatever, dude. I mean, they could, but fucking, I had a theory where it was like, no, Street Fighter 6 is gonna take place between Street Fighter 3 and Second Impact, and like fuck everything up even more because they're scared. They're scared to make a Street Fighter game without Ryu. They are scared to like.
They can't.
You can the point of Luke, the point of Alex from Third Strike all those years ago was supposed to be like passing the torch. They did not pass their own fucking torch.
Something I like about Street Fighter 6 and that little teaser we got is that we finally see Ryu aging.
Oh yeah, he's old.
Cause like shirtless Ryu with the beard was supposed to be the canon look of Ryu in Street Fighter 5.
Right.
That was supposed to be what he was going to look like. And then obviously they didn't because, they got to put Ryu on the box. But now Bearded Ryu is more popular than, regular Ryu at this point.
Yeah.
People recognize that. That's a skin in Fortnite you can
That's
get.
a skin now. Hey, Chase, I know you're zoning out. Let me put it into perspective for you. You listening?
Uh-huh.
Imagine Nintendo makes a new Super Mario platformer game, but you don't play as Mario. You play as this really cool new character who can do the things as Mario and also do some new stuff.
Nabbit. You're talking about Nabbit.
Yes. Imagine they introduce this super cool new character that's supposed to be like the new face of the Super Mario franchise, and it's like you're really about them, but then Nintendo goes, actually, we're scared to make a Mario game without Mario in it, so we're just gonna have the new character and Mario all the fucking time now, and remind you that that we wanted to pass this character along, but we refused to. So we're gonna sideline them and destroy all the work we've done.
So at that point, why introduce the new character in the first
place? Exactly.
Like, I feel like if Street Fighter's a little bit easier to do that with, I assume, than Mario, because Street Fighter isn't the Ryu game, but I mean, well, in a way, it kind of is the Ryu game. Huh?
It is the Ryu game.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, it is now.
I mean, obviously there is.
Yeah.
There's a way to do that is successful, like fucking Yakuza did with 7, where they are passing this torch. There is a chapter called "Passing the Torch." So with this new face of Yakuza, the Yakuza series. I won't say much more than that, but
still need to finish that. You're right.
You do need to finish. Don't worry, I'm being thoughtful of my words. Yeah, I mean, like, I guess if you're gonna go in and you have the resources to make it work, why? Like, you should just go in.
I just don't understand it. Maybe 6 is going to be the one where they do it because they're transitioning from like, oh, these are just street brawls that really don't have any repercussions. They're just like whatever to. No, these are like official fights now. We are an official tournament.
We are beginning the Street Fighter tournament once again.
Hey, here's a question.
Shadaloo is funding Street Fighter 2.
If Ryu was just completely taken out of the game, Street Fighter 6 didn't have Ryu. Ryu's dead.
Yeah.
Who would be mad about that?
A lot of people who mained Ryu.
A lot of people who main Ryu, but who cares? Like there's characters in 5 that I played in other Street Fighter games that aren't there. Like Dudley's not in 5, Makoto's not in
Ryu
5.
From Streets.
It's from Streets. I like water without ice and
dirt. The latest episode of The Simpsons.
Here's the thing about Ryu not being in Street Fighter, and I do agree that I think it would be cool if Ryu just wasn't in. To kind of go in line with what Third Strike did, because in Third Strike Ryu wasn't there. Like it should be noted, when Third Strike released, Ryu was not in the game. Sean was there, Ken was there, but Ryu was not there until people complained, and they put Ryu back in.
So it sounds like they really want for Ryu to not be there anymore.
Wanted. This was maybe 20 years ago.
Okay.
So like. Ryu not being in the game, like, yes, it makes sense. It would fall in line with what Third Strike is, and it would allow you to make a game in the story after Third Strike. But at a certain point, like, I think it's fine. I think the Street Fighter story, as it stands, is already mucked in retcons and in changes with the type of version you're playing and also what region you're in. Like, there's so much like with the Street Fighter story that is already just insane to try to piece together, and some parts aren't even pieced together. 5 tried to help that, and I feel like it caused more questions than answers. But like, I think it's fine, and I think Ryu being there is fine, and I think Street Fighter 6 not being the sequel to Third Strike is fine. And I feel like Luke is fine.
Who's the new guy? Who's the guy who was fighting with Ryu in the
Luke.
trailer?
That is Luke. That is the new guy.
That was the Nabbit. That's the Nabbit.
Yeah. So like he's the last character they introduced in Street Fighter 5. They're like, here's the last new DLC for Street Fighter 5, who is going to be the face of Street Fighter 6, and He's this cool like MMA fighter who's trained under Guile, who can do these super like intense punches that throw out like projectiles and shit. Has braces because he like, I guess like in canon, like got hit so hard his jaw like dislocated, so he had to get his jaw fixed, so he's wearing braces. And to show the passage of time in the Street Fighter 6 trailer, he doesn't have braces anymore. But he also doesn't have his tattoos anymore, so I don't fucking understand.
They went forward, backward.
They probably just lopped off his arms.
They probably weren't tattoos to begin with, and it's just shit he painted on because he thought it looked cool.
Maybe he's got
it
some
was Sharpie.
He's got some Shadowloo Charlie arms.
Dude, maybe. The U.S. Army finally has a Charlie.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. If you can't keep doing this.
Sure they can.
I'm sure they can, but like,
this is a post-Ono Street Fighter, Jackson.
Oh yeah, so it's gonna suck shit.
Like we're post-Ono. Like he doesn't work at that company anymore. We gotta let the new blood come in, right? And maybe that new blood wants to do more stuff with Ryu.
No.
Maybe Ryu's story is not done yet.
Yeah, maybe the new blood had an idea for Ryu. It was like, oh, they should do this. And then for 15 years, growing up, going through college, getting a degree in game design, he was like, Ryu should do this. No, come on, just make Ryu do this, please. And then the year that
Don't kill him. Put him in third strike.
Yeah, the year that he got into Street Fighter, the year that he got in, they were like, oh yeah, turns out we're killing Ryu. He said, no, you're not. And then he's gonna fix him, and Ryu's got a cool new chapter ahead of him.
I think the fact that Ryu aged canonically is
that's
a
cool.
big deal.
Here's my stupid little theory.
What does Sakura look like?
Sakura's still gonna be in high school.
Sakura's still wearing her fucking Seppuku.
Yeah. Here's the deal. Here's what I think. They're not gonna get rid of Ryu. They're gonna get rid of Ken because he wants to be with his family now, and that's gonna piss me off specifically.
He wants to be a family man.
Oh, come on, go home and be a family man. Who said that?
Chun-Li might not be in the game because now that Bison is gone, quote unquote, she has no reason to fight anymore. So she's gonna go take care of her 4 fucking daughters she's adopted. I feel like Ryu is going to be the only one out of like the old Street Fighter cast that's going to remain in 6, and they're going to bring in.
So it'll be a third strike. So they'll have their replacements. We'll have our Remy.
We'll have our dude. Fucking bring Remy back, and he still looks like a KOF character.
Yeah, and he still does flash kicks.
That will because okay, we have Guile retires, or Guile's now promoted in the army, so he can't really do much. Nash is fucking dead again. Spoilers for Street Fighter if you fucking care. I feel like I'm the only person that does.
These games came out before some of our viewers were alive.
Okay. Anyway, you could bring back Zangief. He's not doing anything. He's still wrestling.
He's still protecting the Russian skies.
He's still protecting
the
the
one
Russian
who was
skies.
in Wreck-It Ralph, right?
Yes.
That was the guy who split Sparrow Egg between his eyes.
Which is like the most accurate portrayal of that character I've ever seen in my life.
And Bison is alive again.
Yo, the guy from TF2 hat?
Yes.
No, the guy from Wreck-It Ralph. Who says you're not going turbo, are you?
Was that Bison? I didn't know.
That's M. Bison. That's M. Bison.
Well, he's
That's
also from
character.
TF2 hat. He got the most expensive or coveted unusual.
Nicole.
Who replaced Dulcine? What was that guy who the opera singer who goes, oh?
Oh, Necro?
Yeah, Necro. Necro's in.
Necro, well, like, they leaked a roster for 6, and, like, Necro's on it, so I was like...
Dude, fuck, yeah, Dulcine's gone.
Okay, so from what I know about Street Fighter lore, in Third Strike, Ryu dies, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Ryu gets killed, and that's the end of his story, is that he dies.
I think that in Street Fighter 6, it should just be, like, an android that plays like Ryu, but, like, it's not Ryu. Ryu's dead.
So here's Kage,
the deal.
Dude.
It's Kage, yeah. Here's the deal. They've done that, but not with Ryu.
Oh man, what with who?
We have Mecha, Akuma, and RoboGeef.
Bro, Akuma, come on, bro. Akuma's he's fun. He's like an old crazy demon.
Those are non-canon though.
Those are non-canon, but like they've done it.
They will. Okay, Akuma will be in, but it will be the baby concept that they had for 5, fully realized.
Yeah, he's taking care of a kid.
Yeah, so a concept for Akuma in Street Fighter 5 is that he like carries a baby with him. He takes care of a baby.
Cool. He's kind of like halfway overcoming like the evil like demon energy that's taking over him.
Dude,
and
he went home and became a family man.
Yeah, he became a family man.
That's what Ken's probably gonna fucking do, and that's what Chun-Li's gonna fucking do.
This game will have Rufus.
This game will have Rolento.
This game will have Rufus, Rolento, El Fuerte, Sea Viper.
Dude.
Hakan.
Hakan,
and he summons in all of his children to fight.
And they're all like in their teens.
Yeah.
Makoto.
We're gonna have
Naegi?
Yes.
Yeah.
Cool.
Makoto, Dudley.
We're gonna have DJ. DJ's back.
No, T-Hawk.
T-Hawk's back. T-Hawk's back in a major way.
T-Hawk's back in a major way, even more racist.
That's actually his new commander name because he joined the army. His name is Major Way.
Major Hawk.
Major Hawk.
I feel like, oh, that's just things coming off my wall. I thought somebody opened my door and I had a panic attack. No, I feel like they will bring back. God, that really killed my train of thought. Fuck.
When they bring it back, Street Fighter Major Way is in the game.
When I lived in Japan, people would sometimes just like walk into my apartment and be like, "Oh, sorry, I thought this was my apartment." That happened like 7 times over the 3 years that I was living there. Somebody would just open my door and walk in and be like, "Is this the Airbnb?"
You should have said, "In America, we kill for that," and then run towards the door.
Run towards the door.
Run towards. Fucking wait until they fucking slam the door and then I'll lock behind them.
I got my train of thought back. Ironically, the poster that fell off my wall was my Ryu poster. So fucking.
That's
it's
why
a
you
sign.
couldn't think. He's dead. He falls.
dead.
It's a switcheroo.
That's him. That's him contacting you from the spirit realm.
Maybe if they don't bring back Zangief, they'll probably put Armika there.
I think Armika's way too popular not to bring her back.
Armika will be back in the RE engine, high quality. Damn, those Source filmmaker animations after launch are gonna be great.
Listen, if we can get rid of Chun-Li and Ken, can we get rid of Cammy?
We'll probably
Please.
lose Cammy. Who was Cammy's replacement? Oh, it was fucking Ibuki, right?
Yeah, I mean, she jumped around. She did spins and threw
probably-
knives and shit.
Probably get Ibuki. Don't know why they introduced a rival schools character in 5 if you're not gonna put him back.
Yo, Rival Schools wasn't in the Capcom Fighters collection.
I wonder why.
Oh no, it's gone! They're not doing that, man!
This company's in shambles. They're not in shambles. They're just, I don't know what they're doing anymore.
This company has been making more money than they've ever been. This company is not in shambles. They just made the best fucking Monster Hunter and the best Resident Evil.
I feel like they're losing sight.
It is the Capcom curse. What's the Capcom curse? The Capcom curse is that they have a few years where they make literally the best games ever made, and then another few years where they make the worst shit possible. And this happens every few years. Look at their release schedule. It's like, oh man, new Mega Man. Oh, this is great. Fucking great new fighting games. What's going on? What are you doing? What's this? Oh, okay, wait, you're back. Capcom's back. They're like, oh, wait, what are you doing? Okay, here we go. Like that happens every 3 or 4 years. You will get a major high and then deadbeat low for Capcom games.
Yeah.
Real quick.
Yeah.
I accidentally opened my grinder for like a second at the beginning of this, and I closed it immediately. Discreet Suck from 722 feet away just tapped me, and I'm scared.
Tap back.
Tap back.
I don't want a Discreet Suck.
Tap back.
All right, my bad.
I'm not gonna tap. I'm gonna say, hey, I'm recording a podcast right now. Do you want?
Yeah, tap back.
Yeah, sure. Hang on.
I don't. Well, Chase does a hookup. I don't know how Grindr fucking works.
Hey, I'm recording.
Let's play. No, let's play this out first before
now.
I say my thing.
Ask who's gonna be in the next Street Fighter.
Are you excited about Street Fighter 6?
6. Yeah, 6.
All right, we'll see what he responds with.
All right, we'll get an update by the end of the podcast.
Yeah. What fucking happened? I lost my train of. No, hey, you want to know when Street Fighter 5 came out?
Mm-hmm.
When I graduated high school.
Yeah, Street Fighter 5 came out a very long time ago.
I got bad news about Discreet Suck.
What?
He's a bot. He says, I'm 26, married, clean, disease-free, and very discreet, so I'm going to go ahead and assume that he's a bot.
Ask him who he wants to be in Street Fighter.
Who do you want in Street Fighter 6?
Who do you hope is...
Actually, Chase, do me a favor. Tap out a bunch of dudes and ask them that question, and then we'll get a consensus from Grindr in your area.
Dude, I can't guarantee that people on Grindr in my... I live in, like, Republican zone. Dude, I don't know...
And this will be a great consensus on who in your area knows about Street Fighter.
Bro, I'm not gonna... I don't care about Top Bud or For Fun. I don't care what they think about the new Street Fighter. I don't care what they think about Luke and Ryu, dude.
You know what's sad? We didn't do the OkCupid idea that I had when we all visited.
Oh yeah, man.
Where we say that we only come in a package.
Oh, dude, he's totally not a bot. He just said I don't play a lot of video games.
Okay, that's fine. Who do you want to be the next?
That's fine.
Just scare this dude away.
Chase wasn't gonna go for discreet suck to begin with. I think
no, that's fine. But if you could have any character, and any is capitalized, who would it be?
In conclusion,
yeah,
I think it's up in the air on whether or not it'll be good because you didn't get any gameplay. But like, man, that DLC for Street Fighter V is really good. I have no qualms in saying that Street Fighter 6 will also be pretty good. Capcom has simultaneously killed and saved the fighting game genre maybe 3 times at this point. So like, we'll see what happens. Either way, I mean, like, obviously that logo is dookie, and you know, say what you will about the art style. They've literally been doing this since 4. I don't know why people are surprised. It'll be fun. We'll get Ryu. Fun. He'll do a one-handed Hadouken, and we're all gonna pop off, and it's gonna be great.
Discreet Suck says, I'm not sure, honestly. I've never played it.
Block him.
Blocked.
Hey, the signal to my computer just, like, turned off.
It was Discreet Suck. He's mad.
Oh my god, he's mad. There's no signal on computer. Oh, wait, it's because I hit my mouse. It was a screensaver. Ha-ha!
Oh, wow. We're not gonna have an incident. No.
I thought my shit was melting down again.
All right.
I hope Discreet Suck... I'm, like, scared now, because Discreet Suck is apparently 722 feet away from me. What if he, like, goes and looks through every window, and he's like, you fucking block me? What if he does that? I'm scared.
Chase, I'm gonna send you the page of Vampire Savior.
Okay.
Scroll down to characters and tell me which one is your favorite.
Yeah, look through this video game.
It's the John Talbane. I see a lot of porn of him, and I like him.
Okay.
You know what? You knew the name and everything. That's fair.
Yeah.
He does. Remember in Skullgirls when I was playing Beowulf and I did the wolf shoot where I would like turn into like a big energy ball and fly around the stage? Yeah. That's directly referencing John Talbane.
That's John Talbane. Yeah.
Is he a werewolf or is he just a wolf?
He's a werewolf.
Okay, gotcha. I recognize Baby Bon. Your name's Baby Bonnie Hood.
Yeah, it's BB Hood.
Yeah, it's BB Hood.
That's such a funny name.
The history behind like Vampire Savior and that like the Dark Stalkers series, like I can't fucking say the name without like having to slow down. I don't know what it is.
It's a tongue twister. Dark Stalkers.
It's a tongue twister. So the point of them making it was them going, what if we just made like a classic monster movie fighter game?
Yeah, I was gonna say because fucking Victor von Gerdenheim says his name here. Yeah, it's Frankenstein. Lord Raptor. That's just a zombie. Fucking. I know Morrigan.
Sasquatch is literally a character.
Morrigan and Felicia. I know those two. I've seen those
3
before.
different types of like zombies that are all for different like regions of the world.
It's so nuts. I only know these characters because of the copious amounts of pornography about them online.
Oh yeah, people are Capcom fans are the horniest fans on the planet.
Straight up, never seen any of these characters outside of the context of their penis or pussy being out. Yeah. It's crazy. Yeah, well, hey, they left a legacy. Tell them that much. Good character design.
Sure left a legacy, I guess.
I do think that the concept of like a fighter game just being like, what if there's just fucking movie monsters? I think that kicks ass. Yeah. I didn't know it was this.
That's what Darkstalkers is. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Cool. I'm into it. I went to McDonald's today.
Oh.
And I got a cup, and it's just a Christmas cup, and so I think I'm gonna go back and complain.
You should,
because because it's February, right? Yeah, I should, right? Because it's February. Like, it is long past the point of being, and these are very clearly Christmas lights. And if I know anything about, leftist theory, it's that's a problem. Because, if you're not saying happy holidays, then we're going to call you a Nazi, because that's how our tactics work, Do you like this bit? Do you like the energy of this bit, by the way?
I'm still reeling over everything that happened in the past 2 hours. I think your bit was good. Thank you.
Yeah, I think it was a good bit.
Thank you.
It was a good bit.
Okay, I appreciate it. I'm glad that it landed. Oh shit, who's that one little cat girl? She's got like the big eyes and like the 3 mouth, like almost Pop Team Epic.
Neko
adjacent.
Arc.
Yeah, I see. Her feet are on my timeline.
Man,
right now.
What do you mean, her like in a cute way, or like it's a foot fetish thing?
I can send you the picture.
Yeah, send it.
Yeah,
who are you following?
Is this?
Okay, I mean that's somebody just drew feet and then obviously just drew Neko art behind it.
Yeah.
I don't think this was specifically supposed to be Neko art.
I mean, who's to say? Really, put it on screen.
No,
don't do that. Don't do that.
Do not do that.
Well, you know,
comment below. Do you have a foot fetish?
You can be honest.
Be honest. Like, what's gonna happen?
We don't.
Yeah. What's literally what's the worst thing that could happen? Like, one person in the comment section replies to you, and
if
goes
anybody
like,
kink shames you in the comments, we will block them.
Yeah. So go ahead. Leave a comment right now.
This is a safe space. You can tell us if you have a foot fetish.
Go ahead. No, please scroll. If you have a foot fetish, we trust us completely. Scroll down. Are you scrolling down? Say I'm a proud foot fetishist. Okay.
And don't be funny.
Give you a second to type.
Don't be funny.
Don't be funny.
Don't be funny.
Honest.
Yeah, be honest. Typing it out. Okay, and send it. Everybody go boo them. Boo them now. Go fucking downvote. Report their comment for being sexual. Report it. Report it. Fucking freak. You fucking freak.
I'm so glad we stopped my fighting game discussion by doing that.
Comment below. Are you a Persona fan? Scroll down.
I'm not even gonna sugarcoat that one. You're a fucking freak.
You're a freak.
Oh, you're a freak. Well, I thought we wrapped up.
Yeah,
I thought we got everything.
I can go on about this for days and days and days.
Well, hey, I appreciate what you said. You're gonna have to wait until the next Smeg to talk about it, because as you know, this isn't a gaming podcast.
This isn't.
All right.
This is your, according to you, this is not a gaming.
This is your comedy show.
I will tell you one thing though. We do have enough time for one thing, and that is because we have to go in for our reviews now. I don't know if you remember, but we do have to go into work. A little bit of a confusing one last week.
It'll be fine.
I think it'll also be fine.
I have no idea.
So, yeah, no. So we're gonna go ahead and go in right now on this episode of the Botched Office. Woo!
Coming soon to theaters.
The guys botched The Office. Fade in. Exterior. B23, Shipwreck Studios. Soundstage 3, Los Angeles, California, 11 p.m. at night. Robbie exclaims that this is exactly what they need, the opportunity to direct one of their own projects. Chase is skeptical, not sure if we should be the people on crew, while Jackson is silent, perplexed almost. The last call from their boss, Flynn, was done so that the boys were reprimanded for their poor work on their wiki project. However, during the initial call, a secondary call came through from their boss while he was still on the line with Chase. Surely an odd matter, but neither Robbie nor Chase seemed too concerned over it. Neither one of them had been to the backlot filming studio before. Mainly, all three of them stood in the front of this large complex. They were the idea guys. They weren't the crew that made these projects that made the studio millions of dollars. So why call us in? It seemed rather unorthodox, but hiring us at all was unorthodox to begin with. Maybe it's something new that Flynn wants to try with us? Or maybe he's just tired of having to pay the crew in general for these big projects. The soundstage building was intimidating, to say the least. It was reminiscent of those airplane hangars that you would see as you were taking off on a plane. Robbie was fearless, though. As he swung open the large doors, we were greeted by a giant machine. It was like we were straight in a science fiction film. Looming over us. Terrifying. This threatening greeting was interrupted by the sound of Flynn's voice farther back in the building. "You finally got here," he exclaimed. We then hear the sound of rushing footsteps, and then eventually he was in our line of sight. He seemed rather upbeat for a man who recently just expressed disappointment in his employees. "Nice to finally meet you, Robert," Flynn said while he extended his hand towards Robbie for a handshake. "It's nice to meet you too, sir," Robbie said, shaking his hand. "Sir, what exactly are we filming here?" Chase said. I was also pretty confused why we had such a very strange and looking sci-fi set in front of us when I thought the project we were filming was more in line with an introduction Marvel film. "Well, you see, boys, we're not really filming anything, we're creating something." This was Flynn's voice, but it wasn't the Flynn standing in front of us. It sounded as if somebody was speaking as Flynn in the back of the building still. "Excuse me, is there somebody else in here with us?" I asked our boss. "Why, yes, there is actually. Well, kind of. You already know who they are." This confused all three of us. Somebody that we knew? Was this a secretary that we greeted every time we walked into the building? Was this one of the mailroom boys? Why'd he sound so much like our boss? Once again, footsteps are heard echoing in the building. This is from the direction our boss walked from, so maybe he just had another employee back there with him with whatever he's working on for this new movie set? I didn't believe who appeared in front of us. It was our boss. Again? Maybe a stunt double for whatever project we're doing. Maybe a brother with a very weird, coincidental look. I was stammering. I didn't understand. Robbie was the first one to speak. "Sir, is this your brother?" he asked. Flynn, or our boss, through a big toothy grin, said, "Actually, Robert, this is me. Let me explain to you what's happening here." He motioned for us to follow him. The other Flynn followed suit. "You see, this large device you see in front of you is an interdimensional portal." We paused. This seemed stupid. This was stupid, right? This didn't make any sense. This can't possibly be happening. I understand the looks on your faces, but it's true. That's how I brought myself forward. You see, why pay actors to go through the rigorous process of makeup and line reading when I can just bring those people from different universes to be in our film? We'll save so much money and the storylines will be unique. He had a point, I guess. Chase opened his mouth. No words came out. A couple of seconds had passed, and then finally Chase said, "How is this possible?" Flynn, the other Flynn, also with the same toothy grin, exclaimed that he hired others to join his company in order to build this machine. Seeing as Flynn and Flynn are the same person, they clearly had the same ideas in mind. But the other Flynn had no idea who we were. He said that he saw us during the application process for the Ideas Men, but he didn't hire us. He thought that we weren't good enough. Our Flynn said, "Well, you should have hired them, because look where we are now. Without them, this idea wouldn't have become true." How is this our idea? We just made a wiki page on a website. I'm starting to get anxious. I don't like the implication of bringing other people somewhere where they don't belong or might not even exist in the first place. Robbie vocalized this, but in less words, which were, "Hey, this is fucking crazy." In unison, as almost rehearsed, both of the Flynns said, "Yes, but crazy ideas make us money." The Flynns started getting to work on the machine panel in front of them, buttons being pushed, lights going on and off, and then all of a sudden a loud whooshing noise, as if wind had been forcefully pushed into the soundstage. "We can bring in so many different actors," said other Flynn. "We can bring in a young Leonardo DiCaprio to play our new Spider-Man," said our Flynn. "We can bring in an old Tom Holland to be Uncle Ben," said the other Flynn. It was confusing. Why Why bring in actors? This technology seemed to be wasted on them. But if that's what they wanted to do, so be it. We were just their employees. Or one of their employees. It didn't make any sense still. The two Flynns started to look crazed, deranged almost. Their greed was overflowing them. Our Flynn turned to us and screeched out, "Who the hell should we get for this?" We couldn't answer him. We were uncomfortable being there. We didn't want to be involved in any of this. It seemed unnatural. As the two identical men were pounding away at this metal monstrosity, the ground began to shake. California earthquake. It would make sense. But no. The machine had opened a portal. It was a small ball of light and eventually grew larger and larger and larger in form. However, it wasn't pushing out different kinds of famous people. No, it started to pull in. It felt like a vacuum. Nuts and bolts from the machine started going in. Eventually metal panels were ripped off and forcefully pushed in. It was scary. I was scared. Genuinely. I couldn't move. I couldn't do anything. I looked over and I saw Chase had the same kind of reaction. Both of us were stunned. "This can't be happening. This isn't right," said other Flynn. "We have to close it right now," said our Flynn. Something went wrong. This isn't what they wanted. What was going on? Why aren't my legs going? Why can't I move? What is happening to me? I felt a sharp tug on my arm. "Robbie, we gotta get out of here, now." He pulled me along. Chase was running behind us as well. I don't remember much, but I remember both of the Flynns screaming, "Come back, we need you, please don't leave us." But we were out of the soundstage. The ground was rumbling more. It was too much. I think the building behind us collapsed in. We ducked behind any cover we could find. The light just got brighter and brighter. I blacked out. In my panic, I blacked out. I awoke to daylight. To the left of me, Robbie. To the right of me, Chase, who had also seemed to have blacked out from whatever just occurred. I got up from off the ground and looked around, and there was nothing. No B-23. It was a completely empty concrete lot. There was no evidence of what happened the night before. Did anything actually happen? I heard Robbie stir. I ran over to him. I asked, "Are you okay?" He seemed unscathed. I then heard Chase behind me. We were fine? I tried to confirm what happened with Chase and Robbie, that we came here to meet our boss, and we met another one of our bosses that was our boss, and the building disappeared. We don't have a building to work at anymore? Does that mean we don't have a job anymore? I was panicking again, about to have a full-on anxiety attack. My ears were ringing, my hands were numb. Then I felt a hand on my shoulder. It was Chase. He smiled at me. It was reassuring. But then he said, "Well, looks like we're out of a job." I was panicking again. Robbie was the one that spoke up this time. "Yeah, looks like it." In the end, they were right. For some reason, both of my friends saying that we were unemployed again made me feel good. Maybe because I didn't need to wake up so early and go into an office building that was so large and made me scared. I don't know. Whatever was ahead of us, I was confident. I had my friends by my side. We could be fishermen, we could be librarians. I really didn't care at that point. I just knew that whatever I wanted to do, I wanted them there with me. There was only one question that came to mind, though. What the fuck is A24?
Gotta be honest, not as fine as I thought it was.
Yeah, no, I gotta say that was significantly worse than you were leading me to believe that was.
Thought it was...
Uh-oh.
thought it was gonna be an easier time.
My Discord just reset.
What do you think?
Oh,
What just happened?
hey, what's up?
Hey, what just happened?
Flynn tried to pull me in.
And you want to know the worst part?
What?
We don't got a job anymore.
We don't have a job anymore, and it looks like that we never made those movies to begin with.
We have no... The worst part, at least from the last jobs, we had references. Fuck, dude.
What?
We could still... I mean, we still have those references.
I guess.
We have references to a wiki that is basically fucking indecipherable without the context of the movies surrounding them. It looks like garbage. It looks like a bunch of made-up bullshit, dude. Because...
You ever look at those wikias that are like Mario games that don't exist?
No. That sounds cool, though. I'm personally just really fucking disappointed because this was the first this was the first podcast where we actually got to go in and do a job, and now it just seems like we fucking made it all up because this
was the best money we've made.
No, yeah, and we actually made money. This wasn't like a funny ha fucking Chef Tesserus joke. We made those fucking movies, and they're fucking gone now.
I can't,
dude.
I can't go back to sharing a bedroom. I can't go back to sharing the GameCube bunk bed.
The worst part about it is that Homer's Odyssey was great.
It was such a fucking good movie. Homer's Odyssey, that was awesome. Homer's Odyssey was really, really good, and it's gone now. Fuck.
I just want money. I just want to be able to eat.
My GameCube collection is bigger than it's ever been, though, so I'm happy about it.
We can't treat you. Keep spitting directly into the fan port whenever you get his fucking GameCube. We can't sell them.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's to mark them as mine. It's like it's like when well, you wouldn't know this, Robbie, because you're an only child, but when you want to claim something, you lick your hand, like you lick the palm of your hand and you fucking like rub like the top pancake on the batch is always the best because it's the most recent off the stove, and it's like usually the best one because the first pancake always sucks. That's why it's always at the bottom. So what you do is you lick your hand and you tap it and say you like claim it, you know, because then you licked it. Nobody else wants it. And so that's how you claim something. So I'm claiming those GameCubes by spitting into the fan port. What
if Gravity Falls was anime?
What if Gravity Falls was anime?
Dude, we got next job we gotta get to a fucking animation studio.
What if Gravity Falls was anime? Then people really wouldn't check the wiki.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm just kind of trying to brainstorm what our next step is.
I mean, we do what we have always done. We bounce back, dude. We just fucking figure it out, you know?
Mm-hmm.
My hand.
Well,
who's your favorite late night talk show host?
Does it have to be late night?
Does it have to be late
Just like
night?
a favorite talk show host. Go ahead.
My hands are still shaking from what happened. My ears are kind of bloody.
Okay, yeah, whatever. We moved on.
I can put some fucking. I can get some toilet paper for you.
Okay.
You're still on this? That was like 2 years ago.
Bro, you gotta keep fucking moving ahead. How long's it been? 2 days? 5 weeks? Help me to recollect.
I see your mouth moving, but I don't hear noise.
Hang on, I'm gonna give.
What?
I'm gonna get him some toilet paper. Hang on. Here, put this in your ear.
Ow.
Just fucking shut up. There we go. All right.
What do you think?
Huh?
It worked.
It worked. He can hear again. He responded. Thank God. Well, I'm
fucking Conan O'Brien, that's for sure.
What the fuck not? What's wrong with Conan? My good close personal friend Conan O'Brien. Why don't you like it?
I think Alicia Keys is a good singer.
Here, let me just.
Ow!
There you go.
Can you hear us?
Yes.
Okay, good. We just cleaned all the blood out. You're good now. Who's your favorite late night talk show host?
Alicia Keys.
How many of those like Comedy Central late night comedy shows do you remember where someone was like, we're gonna give this comedian their own show and they get to talk about the news,
And it bombs.
but not like Daily Show. It was more like
The Dude Show.
like, no, not the Man Show.
Like Tosh.0.
But I would even consider it fucking late night talk shows. But both of those people went on to make late night talk shows, except for Adam Carolla. He just made a podcast and is a terrible human being.
Right.
No.
Not unlike Jimmy Kimmel, who didn't make a podcast. He went on to do, I think it was like, what, The Late Show? But he is also a terrible human being, and I wish both of those meant nothing but pain.
I straight up, I don't know. I don't know. And that's too far back. That sounds like 90s shit or early 2000s. I don't know.
What about Regis Philbin?
Regis Philbin? That's the guy from the Game Show Network. That's fucking Regis. Who wants to be a millionaire? Regis Philbin. That's that guy. Do you like my impression? That's how you know I know who he is. What?
He was on the morning show.
Is he a comedian?
He's funny.
He's charismatic. I don't know.
think he's a comedian as much as like Steve
Harvey is?
Oh god. No, not Steve Harvey. Steve Harvey's a comedian. He Price is Right before Drew Carey.
Oh
man.
I know who you're talking about. Fuck.
I don't know.
My grandma was here. No. Hold on.
I could call my grandma.
Price is Right.
Bob
Bob Barker.
Yay! Hey, we got it, baby! Woo!
We got it. Like
Uh-huh.
Bob Barker's like funny, but I'm not sure he's like a comedian. He was in Happy Gilmore as himself, Bob Barker.
I don't know.
And that's what Adam Sandler, Happy in that movie. He teamed up with Bob Barker in a duos golf tournament, and Bob Barker was very mean to him, which was ironic because Bob Barker's usually very nice.
Hey, Robbie.
And then they get into a fight. It's a big fight scene, and Adam Sandler says, "The price is wrong, bitch." It's very, very funny.
Sounds really funny. Hey, Robbie, I have a question.
Okay.
What specifically don't you like about Conan O'Brien?
It's kind of a meme. That I don't like Conan O'Brien. I don't like that he infiltrated gaming spaces.
Yeah.
Which is quite possibly the most virgin thing I've ever said in my entire life.
Our gaming safe spaces, yeah.
Yeah, I think if there's anything, a lot of people like to complain about like, oh, Just Dance is at the fucking E3s again. Oh, fucking Call of Duty's at the E3 again. But whenever Conan O'Brien comes on, everybody's like, oh, yay, Conan O'Brien. Fuck you, you fucking mark. That piece of shit's got nothing to fucking do with us. He goes out of his way to say that he fucking hates this shit. Fuck you. Fuck you, Conan O'Brien. The meme's alive. I fucking hate that guy.
Well, he
fucking redheaded bitch. Get out of New York.
Irish need not apply. Well, I mean, like...
You fucking jolly green giant. Dude's like 7 foot tall. I'm gonna knock him down with a fucking fire axe. Like a fucking tree. Timber, here he comes. He just landed on 4th Ave. Piece of shit.
Oh my God. Dude.
I blame him for giving Louis C.K. as much credit as he did. Like, Conan O'Brien. Conan O'Brien got the talk show because they were both writers on The Simpsons. Then right. Conan got his show,
yeah.
and Conan's like, "Hey, my good buddy Louis C.K. Why don't you come on, Louis C.K. Why don't you come on my show, do a little jokes and do whatever?" And then from there is history.
I mean, like all comedians were like. Be like, Louis C.K., he's a fine man. He was always nice to me. And it was the same fucking thing. Did he release a comedy special just called Sorry?
Yes.
Yeah,
what a dickhead.
It sucks shit.
What a fucking dickhead.
I'm pretty sure that was recent, too.
It was recent. I walked in on my brother watching it, and I was like, why are you watching this? He's like, I don't know.
I recently got into, like looking at old comedians again. Because, I was watching a bunch of Norm Macdonald clips recently. And I was like, yeah, let me see. Let's just like look at old comedians again, because I mean that was something I grew up with. I grew up on Comedy Central.
Oh yeah, fucking
right.
Who's the like Steven Hedberg or fucking Hedberg? He was like stoner guy, Steve Heddenberg, something like that. Sorry, you go ahead and get back to the thing you were talking about.
Yeah, what I mean, like all of those comedians were like during the Me Too movement.
Mitch Hedberg, that's the guy. Sorry,
very, very, very critical about how like people were calling out fucking rapists to be like, oh, but they're funny and they're always nice to me. It was every single fucking comedian, every single one. They all sucked. They all suck now.
All old stand-up comedians or new stand-up comedians?
Old. I'm talking if over the age of 35. Which isn't that old in
in hindsight.
In hindsight, but man, it was everywhere. I watched the Aristocrats documentary, The Aristocrats, made by Penn Jillette. If you don't know what The Aristocrats is, it's a very dirty joke that was an inside joke that turned into more of a public spectacle when Gilbert Gottfried did the Aristocrats joke after failing to make people laugh in the crowd a week after 9/11 during the roast of Hugh Hefner. And I was just looking at all these fucking comedians, and I'm like, that guy's racist, that guy's awful, this girl's awful. It's just filled with awful people. But it made me laugh when I was a kid, so I mean, how bad can they be?
How bad could they be, Robbie?
True.
What I'm saying is, the only comedy podcast you should be listening to is Liars Club. Never said a problematic thing on this podcast.
What?
Yeah.
Remember what Shorties watching Shorties?
I do remember Shorties watching Shorties.
That's how I got to know a lot of old, well, not old, but early 1995 to 2005 comedians. Fucking
the roasts for me. The roasts always had old comedians I'd never seen before on them.
Never seen before, and they come up and they make the heinous remarks about other people on stage, and you're like, what are you about, man? What's up with you?
It was crazy, as a kid watching a lot of those roasts, and then people coming on stage and being like, look at this guy, he's black, and that was the joke.
Nice.
And
Awesome.
that was just what, and then people laughed at it because he's been around for a long time.
There's a study done that it's basically, it's something and this might seem wrong, but bear with me, something television and entertainment in general is becoming more intelligent. It's becoming more, it requires a higher attention span. It requires you to understand several interlocking stories together. It just generally, the viewer retention is based on or the viewer retention reflects just how much more intelligent the media that we consume has become, which makes sense in an ever evolving population. But I think the easiest and most blatant way to see that is in comedy, because if you fucking, obviously there's good old comedies fucking what's that one that's in the fucking Criterion collection that's the best comedy movie ever written, apparently, according to people. I don't know, I've never seen it. Dr. Love Stranger, How I Learned to Love the Bomb.
Yeah.
Apparently Dr. Strangelove or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, Dr. Strangelove. Fucking Airplane was pretty smart, if really crass. Blazing Saddles. Fucking obviously there are intelligent pieces of comedy that were written before the year 2005, but comedy is becoming a lot more nuanced as people are becoming more informed, and I think it all goes back every comedian over the age of, maybe not 35, I would say every comedian over the age of 40 is just really, really not acclimating well. There's a really good fucking performance by Tim Heidecker, and I showed my friends this. It's an hour long, and it's him as a character called Tim Heidecker, and he plays a 45 to 50-year-old comedian, and he basically goes up on stage and bombs for an hour with these terrible jokes that it's do you hear about the head meds? Everybody's on their head meds nowadays, shit like that, I hate my wife bullshit, and it is really, really a very poignant and very funny sort of anti-comedy about that exact thing. So hey, if you're the kind of person who sits down and draws, for 5 hours at a time, and you listen to podcasts or whatever, put on A Night with Tim Heidecker. It's on YouTube. It's free. I
think it should be said that it's not to diminish old comedians.
No. This isn't. I know this is a very blanket statement, of course. There, like I said, Mitch Hedberg, he was a very harmless comedian. He talked about ducks going to Subway. Brian Regan is a really good comedian, who's who's been around since the 90s. Steve Martin, really, really good comedian. And he's just been aging very gracefully. He just tweets he just makes tweets of him playing new songs on the banjo. And he has a New Yorker comic now or something, Not all old comedians are bad, but like all old comedians know 5 or 6 or 7 or 20 old comedians that are bad. It's like 20 to 80 at this point, good to bad, for old comedians.
It then comes into the argument of like, yeah, but you just like you're too sensitive and you don't understand the joke.
I'll kill you. Shut the fuck up.
Who's
I understand the joke, idiot. I understand it better than you, apparently. Go ahead, Jack.
Do we know who's editing this one before I do this bit?
Me.
Yeah, Chase.
Oh, you are? Okay. Hey, remember the McElroy's bit where Justin talked about the...
Everybody, this has been episode 39 of Liars4Hire. Thanks for coming into our little corral. We've been wrestling up the horses. We just had a scrumptious beef stew with the broth so beautiful, so delicious and tasty, and with herbs so savory you had to lick the bottom of your bowl. Now we're going down into our sleeping cots. You know, I got my bedroll here, and I'm getting all snuggled up. The fire's dying down, but it's still a nice toasty warm. We're perfectly safe around the campfire here. We hear some coyotes in the distance, but it's all right because we got old Bessie. She's an old dog, but she can fight her own, hold her own in a fight against some coyotes. And we're bedding down. So thanks everybody for joining us. And I'm Chase, and that's Jackson, and that's Robbie over there. The life's a beautiful thing, and God loves us. So.
Terry, play the acoustic country version of the Liars4Hire theme.
All right, here I go, opening my DMs. Talk to Jerry there. Good night, everybody.
The Liars4Hire.
That's more jazzy.
Liars4Hire.
Good night. Bye.
It's the Liars4Hire.
It's the Liars4Hire. It's the Liars4Hire.